Thank you very much for stopping by and giving me attention, give me an audience. I appreciate it. If you you took a risk or you stumbled into this channel, take your time. You'll never be disappointed. The end product is always better than the beginning. You might be dismissive, but I'm laying some carrots for you to follow to the end. Hopefully, by the time you get at the end, you have a better eyesight. They say carrots enhances seeing. Um, I sometimes and appreciate some of the knowledge I had growing up. Let me give you one. So it's interesting at my age, I tend to even appreciate more the scientific component of the eye. If you didn't know, the eye is just a lens. The eye doesn't see. I'm looking at the camera right now. The lens is not the object. Is the body is what things are happening where the recording happens. So it is with the eye. It's interesting at my age, some of you might be laughing and say, you didn't know that? I knew that, but the more you hear about it and how people explain, the more you appreciate it more. So don't be too quick to judge my lack of. But yes, the eye is not seeing anything. It's just collecting stuff. It's just the one that is moving around. So I move my eye, I'm looking at you, and the brain processes what the eye is focusing on. So the eye doesn't interpret what it is focusing on, it's the brain. And for that reason, we should bow down to the brain. I don't think we'll ever say we understand the brain. There's brain surgeons, there's brains people studying the brain. The more they study the brain, the more they come out saying, we have no idea what's happening in that brain. Even the AI is perplexed when it comes to looking and saying, can I be a human being? No, you cannot. Bow down to the creator of that part. Yes, it's this is I almost say Tukoriada, which I retired. I'm not used to retiring Tukoriada yet. But if you miss Tukoriada, please have a moment of silence. Tukoriada is fading in the horizon. We have Globe Runner right now. So you guys are part of the global family. Join me in the running, join me in athletics, and I appreciate that. There's another intro I want to bring to you guys, and let's see what you think about. So, rage, being angry. I'm just, and apparently men are given more leeways when it comes to expressing that emotion because we men are supposed to show anger, but we cannot show the opposite emotion in certain ways, which is a strange thing. I think it's just a cop out. That's the weakness of a man is not being able to control their rage. So somebody today shared with me that anger, like a fist, tends to reside in a small area of your body. So anger can be where you can't breathe, you are holding your breath, you have rage just constricted on your face or maybe your belly. So you can feel where it is. You can always channel it out positively, maybe take it to the gym, take it on a road, take it on a run, but don't take it on anybody. Okay, just disclaimer there. The one that is really counterproductive or it does more damage to you and I is pessimism, being hopeless, being just giving up. That kind of emotion, that kind of, if it's unchecked, if you are pessimistic all the time, if you are cynical all the time, in the long run, it has a draining effect. In fact, it can be somebody say it can be cataclysmic. In other words, it can destroy your soul in the long run. So I'm just asking, do you see that way too? Somebody was saying that, and I was like, yeah, I see that. Because if you are waking up to hopelessness and pessimism is running amok, or as the avalanche of pessimism is eroding and corroding your body, then in the long run, the price of that can be very high. What about that for intro? In Globe Runner here, Globe Trotter, man, I don't know why that's more appealing. So let's go across the pond and find some rivalry. So at the end of the race in the 3K, something unfolded. at the end of that race, which was won by the Scottish Josh Kerr against Cole Hawkeye's rivalry nemesis, there was a gesture, there was a posterization of this, if you remember seeing that, whereby somebody said he had copyrighted that gesture when he was in Mirrors. That is Cole Hawker speaking at the end of the race. And I find it, I find these athletes just dwelling on the good things. I mean, it's worth talking about. It's of course it's you can see I'm following the story closely because that is good for me. When I see people having this healthy nemesis, arch rivalry that is healthy is a good thing. Mostly for track and field, we need healthy, positive arch rivalry where people are doing certain things. People are sticking tongue at each other. I don't know what's wrong with that. Masalela of Botswana has been, banished right now and disqualified in a race. But what happened at the end of that race between Cole Hawker and Josh Carr is worth reviewing. Is what I missed. I didn't see this, but Sean Ingle of The Guardian talks about it. And I like what he says here that so that gesture of night night, like a pillow thing, I got one on you, night night, everybody. Who owns that gesture anyway? So, uh, Cole Hawker speaking after the race says something to this effect, talking about Josh Khan, what he did at the end of that race. Oh, I think he's done such a great job the last couple of years. Said, oh no. Let me go back. Let me say that. Let me go back. There's something that Cole Hawker said that I think is good for the sport. What did he say here? Okay. Oh man, I missed something. So let me go back to some notes I wrote down here. So for me, this kind of Jakob Ingebrigsten. Let me bring another name into the phrase so that you can see that middle distance has no dominant figure. Nobody can say he owns it. I mean, coming into the 3K indoor, of course, the words from Josh Kerr was that this is mine to take, and he delivered. You have to give him that. He won the whole thing. When everybody was lining their medals, he said, "You all can line the silver and the bronze, but I'm going for gold." And he did that. So you have to applaud him. So the question is the gesture, the posterization. Americans trying to say, they say that like, okay, I posterized him, I gave him that good night. By the way, that good night gesture, the original, the OG, the owner of that gesture is not Cole Hawker. It's not Josh Kerr. Nobody owns it. They're just using it to kind of jab the other opponent. Who owns it? Steve Curry of Golden State, the basketball player. So let's leave it to those guys because they are only using it. And now, the fact that, Josh Kerr uses it, well, they use it. Yeah, me, trust me. If I was to do that, it's like, let's do it. In fact, I noticed something about Kelly Atchison that people didn't notice. That she played Faith Kipyegon gesture at the end of that race. When she was doing that finger thing, that is faith. But I think she's saying that because there's no faith to compete in that race. So I don't think there's ownership. I like the way they play with those gestures. And let me see what I was trying to say. Da, 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 da. There's something here that was interesting. I thought is worth sharing with you guys. Okay. Galala. Let me see. Bear with me. No, that's not what I want. Uh, um, so overall, without just pounding these things so much, is that this is what we want to see. We want to see these guys having healthy rivalry, talking trash, if you want to say, because it is what sells. Sensationalism, words, what I call battle words, like words, what do you call it? War words. War words, what? Words that they are fighting each other after, before, and within the race. It's good for sport, it's good for fans. There's something here that that Cole Hocker said that I thought was interesting. I just can't find the quote verbatim. I like to hear what he was saying here. Ah, my goodness me, why am I slow today? I usually line up. Actually, this is why I usually tell you guys when it comes to me, I like to have these things right in front of me so that when I talk about it, it's flowing. Papam, night night gesture. Okay, what is this? Maybe this here. Hold on a minute. It's okay. I mean, you guys are patient. I believe that. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. Oh, these guys are refusing me something. Um, oh gosh. So I'm having some. What is this I'm having here? Am I having problems, or is just me creating my own problems? I might be creating my own problems, which is normal. Uh, so night night gesture. And what did Paul Hawker say? He say he saw it. Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I got this. Hey, these guys. Anyway, I'll move on to the next thing. So the other thing I was gonna share with you guys is Kelly Atchison. Kelly Atchison and the new paradigm she's in as a queen. I've anointed her. I think she's a queen of 800. I have to admit to that. The fact that she now has gold medal from Olympics a year ago, and now she's a indoor world record holder, indoor champion. I think she's sitting in a high pedestal. She has a right to be riding in Buckingham Palace right now as the Queen of London. She has worked hard, and now the headlines and tabloids are after her. And now we are getting the inside scoop. And the inside scoop is that she's been training hard. She's found a positive attitude. She's been injury free. She's been found to be more excited about what is in front of her. And there's a revelation here about training that I didn't know when she trains with a training partner is Georgia Hunter Bell, the 1500-meter runner. Uh, and by the way, the England women did very well because I forgot to mention in my episodes of the indoor championship, Molly Cadre in the pole vault. Hey, hey, this is a trilogy of golden girls. So are they gonna share the monarchy of queen of being queens now? The three queens, not three musketeers. Yeah, it's incredible indoor season they've had so far. And so one of the things that the coaches Trevor Painter and Jenny Meadows are saying that the success within the camp of these athletes they are training is because of something that I found very interesting. I didn't know about this. Did you guys know about Himalayan salt crystals? According to Atchison, it helps to calm her down. It's about making the human happy, according to coach Painter. If they're happy, they are going to perform well. I guess. I mean, yeah, they are happy. They are smiling. They are having their crowns every time now they race. Both of them is good for them. And there's one thing you have to say about a country like England, though. They've pumped a lot of cash. They've really invested in the athletes since 2012 Olympics, where they were preparing to host that Olympics. And there's a lot of money going into seeing that athletes are developed, getting sponsors like these two women. You can bet you Nike has pumped a lot. According to some of these athletes, they are sharing the inside scoop of how Nike has even volunteered or they've given the service of some physios. So the success has to be, there is based on the infrastructures and the supporting cast, the supporting system. And England, you have to give them for what they've done over the years. So they are seeing success now because of that. And the president of World Athletics is from England. And talk of empirical investments in their athletes. So they are doing very well, honestly, because of the support. Of the infrastructure, like I say, investments. All these things is paying off, and I think it's good to celebrate that. They're becoming the faces of track and field right now. When you think of middle distance, I'm talking of Georgie and Kelly. They are the queens. You got Molly winning indoor, and There's one thing that I like about their training, the mix-up where you have good physio. These guys go to Switzerland, they train there, they go South Africa, some of them come to US depending on the season. They can afford that, they're sponsored, they have the money. And all these movements, all this science and the other things that the big money they have, which I think they do, and the winnings, winning brings sponsors to the corner of the athletes. So, and then the other thing they talked about was their training, cycling, uh, swimming, and for recovery and less impact. Because in impact, old school like us, we just go there and do 3 hours of running. But they're finding out in the long run that's never good. And people are prone to injuries like Keely was last year. You have to protect your body. And when you protect your body, you can do what she's doing right now. And for their winning, you have to say this 800 meters right now. The only person, more thing, let's put it this way, more thing ain't coming back. More thing is a thing of the past. And just declaring that now on this globe runner. More thing was one time a gold medalist post COVID. That's it. She's not coming back. So you have 800, but you still have Kenyans, Mary Moraz, Duguma of Ethiopia. You still have Odira, who won the world championship. So there's still a conversation come out though that we have to see Kelly against that kind of competition. But for now, if today was the day of reckoning, today was the day of what have you done for me lately? Lately, it's been Kelly Atchison as the queen. In 1500 meters, Georgia Hunter Bell is the woman having won this indoor championship. There's nothing much coming into that yet. So are we quick to anoint her as the 1500-meter runner? England can do that, but the world is still full of good 1500-meter runners. Nikki Hills, I think, is still a voice to be reckoned with, or a face to be reckoned with, athlete to be reckoned with. Now that Faith is moving on to 5K, who is going to fill this space? Is it Georgia? Is it somebody else? The jury is still out on 1500 meters. The 800 right now, there's only one queen in the 800 meters women right now, given what Kelly has shown us thus far. Like I say, Olympiad, record holder, world champion indoor. That is, and then of course, what did she get outdoor for Tokyo? She got silver, right? In the 800 behind Audira. So she has a lot to tell us about 800, and she controls her own destiny if she stays healthy. Let me put that caveat. Once you've seen injuries in the past, mostly hamstring injuries in the past, you cannot disregard that history. It's all about Kelly Atchison being healthy, continuing what she does, picking her races, and delivering on big stage. And I'll end on a sad note, guys, on my today's episode. Very kind of sad. I'm kind of traumatized and troubled by this. A South Florida youth track coach gets 50 years in prison in teen molestation case. Let me put it to you this way. That is pathetically, pedophily wrong. What on earth is happening to this coach? Just let me narrow it down to this Florida coach. His name is Darius Tremaine Lawisha, 51, was found guilty last month in an incident involving a student from Miami Kerr Senior High School in Miami. What did he do? Oh my God. Listen, I'm not the one, highlighting this, but I'll do it. Because as much as we're celebrating victories, records, and all that, there's always a dark side of anything. And we have to paint it. We have to call out these pedophiles and these molesters and call them out. These are predators of the highest level. He's a longtime head coach of Miami track and field. And the victim said Loresha, the coach, had sex with her 3 times and twice in her car, once at his apartment when she was spending the night there because they had a track meet early the next morning. An arrest report said, "Are you kidding me? This is madness. This is a young girl at the mercy of a beast." Uh, because she said that she wasn't able to disclose what happened because she was fearful. Because Mr. Coach, whatever this idiot is, was loved by everyone in the community and didn't want to get in trouble. Whoa. Ay, ay, ay. She continues, "I felt dirty and ashamed." Yes, my girl. Tell us what you say you felt. Despite the abuse, she was forced to step away from track, and the woman mentioned how she finally able to get back to running, finding the little girl that had been hurt. My God. In handing down the sentence, the judge, Andre Wolfson, should have thrown the books at this bastard, described Loshia actions as some of the most egregious manipulation of a vulnerable young girl, a baby girl who believed in him. And this guy, the coach, is whipping during the sentencing. Why are you whipping? Nobody whip. You need to be whipped. Oh my gosh. The mother spoke after saying that he still destroyed a lot of girls. Okay, I have to bring that up. So here is the mark shot of this bastard, Darius Treman Lorisha. He's spoiling the game I love. This is a sport some of us die for, has given us life, and here comes a monster at 51, taking advantage of a young girl. Sad indeed. These guys should be locked up, throw away the keys, let them figure it out behind the bars. Sad. In Florida, Miami, whatever that place is. That guy should be. Listen, I don't believe in anything more than just lock them up. Just lock him up. Let him stay there, look at his face every morning and realize he's a monster that destroyed a young girl's life. I don't know. That's sad for me as an athletic, passionate athlete, coach that I was. You cannot cross that line, and never should you. Sad indeed. But anyway, let me bring you back where I started. I started by saying good rivalry in track and field. Josh Kerr, Cole Hocker, Jakob Ingebrigsten, Nuguse, all the middle distance. Go at it, my boys. I'll give you these too. I'm going to end on that note. And Keely Atchison, the queen of 800 right now, dominating it. Let's see what she does outdoor. She should go for the wild record. Is she listening? London's clock should be start ticking. When is she going to break the outdoor wild record? It's been around since 1983. It's about time she brings it down. The way she did the other one, in the indoor one. So happy for this. Happy for track. It's still shining, it's still on the rise. And it's me, Globe Runner, retiring to Korea. What about that, my subscriber? You like the change? Come on, man. You like changes. You love changes. Enjoy this episode. And once you're done, like what is likable. Subscribe if you wanna come back. If it's good, tell your friend, tell your neighbor, torture them with this information. Let them enjoy this show like you. You guys talk about this show. Talk about athletics because it's about movement. Talking of movement, today was the best day in watching some flowers downtown Portland. They were falling like snow. There were flakes of flowers. The wind was blowing. People are there getting high on a high day. Lovely day, my friend. Always good. Blessed.